Hello everyone, welcome back. In this video I will be building the LEGO Star Wars 4 Plus Snowspeeder set, which is set number 75268, which is this set here. That's the front of the box, this is the back of the box. This is a simple Snowspeeder build, but I do like Lego Snowspeeder. It's got some nice accessories with it as well. So it's got this standard opening bit on the back, like so. Push your thumb in, open the box. Very nice, I do like those. We have bag number 1, bag number 2. Put the box over here. It does come with Wedge Antilles, who is one of the X-Wing pilots, and a Snowtrooper. So that's going to be the base of the Snowspeeder. So first we'll go for bag number 1, which is the Snowspeeder. Right. And here we go, bag number 1. Open that up. Little bag there with some technical Lego bits in, so that's the base of it. So we start off with a pre-printed front bit, which is quite nice. There's no stickers, always makes me happy. Any regulars watching my videos will realise this. So this is what we have so far for it. It's not going to be as good as like the original Snowspeeder or any of the other Snowspeeders they built, because it's not going to have the double cockpit or anything like that. But value for money wise, it does look quite cool. And you've also got an Arctic speeder bike, for want of a better term. I don't know, it's not the proper Star Wars term, but I'm quite sure there's more than one ice planet in the Star Wars universe. If anyone has any information on that, please feel free to add it in the comments at the end. So we have a control panel which goes in there. I'll show you that now. A nicely printed control panel. Why they can't put these bits in they'll put these nicely printed bits in the 4 Plus sets, but they won't put them in for the main big sets where they charge probably more than they really should. So I've never really worked that one out myself. I don't think I ever will. So, but sometimes you just got to rise above it. So a couple more bits to go on the back here. What we have so far. Have a couple of grills that go on the back, ventilation grills. We've got to put the bits that make the canopy across here. I think they are implying there's a co-pilot, but I don't think. Unless, of course, what they should have done, if George Lucas had designed a smaller version, a one-seater Snowspeeder, I think that would have been so much better. But that's a George Lucas issue, and I'm not going down that road because I'll either upset a lot of people or somewhere along the line it won't end well. So, or if you do happen to know anyone who does know their Star Wars better than me, actually knows there is a one-seater, let me know. I'm always willing to take on new knowledge. So put these bits on here. that's like the grappling gun for it. Now we've got to stick a couple of turbines on the back using Technic Lego bricks. I do Technic Lego parts. I do like these because they do these Technic Lego bits do actually allow you to actually show you what we got here. They do actually allow you to allow a bit of movement, which is always good in Lego. Most of my first Lego sets were the early. I had some of the original minifigures, which were probably about that big. They were very blocky, and they weren't all that. They were more like robots than people, but they were okay. And then after that, they made normal sized people with. Then they made normal sized people with no arms, which when you had an ambulance crew, it wasn't quite the same. So I did have the 1974 air ambulance, which is still to this day quite a good set. It has to be said. That's enough of my Lego nostalgia. Unfortunately, I don't have that set, so I think it went in a box with all my other Lego, and quite possibly been sold on when my daughter stopped playing with it. So. What we have so far. A couple more bits on the side. I do quite like these 4+ sets. Nice simple builds. Most of them look quite good as well. So this is what we have so far for it. Put the guns on here. These go on here. Sorry about this, bear with me. And that goes on there. There we have our mini Snowspeeder. It's got like a bit on the back, which implies it could be a double cockpit, but they haven't done that. They could actually, if they made a slightly shorter bit of that with the at the opposites at the other angles, at more of a 45, I think it'd be more of a 45-degree angle bit on the back there. You could do that, I reckon. But any of you custom builders out there, or people who have the time to do it, there's a challenge for you. Now this is Wedge Antilles, one of Luke's, this is a character who's been in at least 2 Star Wars films, and he's a main character as well. The X-Wing pilot has got, it's like the X-Wing slash the pilot armour looks really good on this. It's really developed. Some nice design. It's got 2 faces. We'll have his smiley face on, I think. And he's got his, and you got your standard Rebel pilot helmet, which is very nice. He's got his own personal markings on it as well. And we'll stick him in there. Got to put his blaster in there. Would be nice if they made a little bit for the blaster as well. Don't think it would hurt too much if they did, but on a plus point, I picked this set up at a good price, so no complaints. It's currently £13.50 in Sainsbury's at the moment for anyone who is interested. So there we have our Snowspeeder. Looks very cool. Put that there. Next, we're building the speeder bike and the cannon used from Empire Strikes Back. That was always a cool toy because it had a button where the actual original the toy had a button where when you pressed it, it blew up because it was spring loaded. Weirdly enough, it was always one of my favourite Star Wars toys. I never owned it because I wasn't in a position to own it at the time, but I wish I did. So always was a really cool model. So now we got a Snowtrooper or Hoth Trooper, whichever variation you prefer. It's got your standard Stormtrooper face on it. I'll show you that. I'm not overly sure on the body, on the design of this, but it looks all right though. To be fair, I do actually like I do actually like having slightly different variants of troopers in my collection, and the helmet is really cool. It does really look the part and is the part. So overall, I think it's quite a cool figure. It looks like it's got gloves on as well. Strange enough, the pilot suits all seem to be all suitable for all weathers, suitable for all planets, hot, cold, hot or cold. So I'm not sure if that was a costume design, a costume thing, or from the films, or whether it was or whether it was written in that all the pilots' outfits were all weather. So if anyone knows that, please feel free to leave a comment at the end of the video. Right, I'm always welcoming more knowledge. Right, we'll get a start on the Hoth speeder bike. So that's what we've got so far. I do like speeder bikes as well, because speeder bikes they originally made for Return of the Jedi. When on the advert you used to have them going under the dining table just to simulate the forest, and then when they blew up, there's a button on the back and the whole thing just blew up. It's really. That was another cool Star Wars toy back in the day as well, so I'm showing my age by actually remembering them, but if you're a Star Wars, any Star Wars fan of a certain age will know exactly what I mean by that. So they were really cool. They were really cool toys. So we've got the white bits to make sure it's like snow camouflage. And here we have our Hoth speeder bike, which I can't remember if it was this was in the Empire Strikes Back, but it doesn't really matter because it does look cool. It's well worth the build, and you can stick that Lego could stick this in a poly bag in about 5 years' time, and I would probably still buy it with some modifications, but overall, it could still make a good poly bag set. So I put that down there. Right, so now we're going to build the gunning placement. I've forgotten what it was called, but anyone who can remember the exact name of it, do feel free to comment. I always remember it was a really cool toy. So that's what we have so far. So we've got that bit there to show the ice of it. Now we have the standard Lego, these new Lego firing mechanism things, which are, show these bricks here, they got like a bit in the middle where you can stick the disc in and push it. So a little computer terminal there, pre-printed. Again, why can't Lego do this on the bigger sets? Because 9 times out of 10, I always found a use for computer terminals and stuff like that in my other builds anyway. And once you've got the sticker on them, they become whatever sticker you put on them. So we have that bit goes up there like that, so that's not a seat. We have our, nearly lost a bit, that was nearly work, that was nearly a blooper, so. At some point at the end of the year, I might try and go through these videos and make like a blooper reel for when I've lost stuff and stuff like that. So I'm quite sure we'll get some laughs. So if that bit goes in there like that, this bit goes on here. They've recycled the seat on this set there, which is quite a nice job. You have a telescope and like a laser thing, and you have a disc firing mechanism that goes in here like so. It does fire out, so it would be nice if this moved up, if this moved round or up and down. They could have, but I suppose it's part of the build really. So, and it is like I say, it's a 4+ set, so. We'll stick that bit on there like so. So we have the laser weapon used for Empire Strikes Back. Well, it didn't prove overly effective against the ATATs or the Scout Walkers that were involved, but it still was very cool and still remains, in my opinion, one of the coolest toys ever. You have a Hoth speeder bike, a Hoth modified speeder bike, which is really cool, and it's still worthy of a poly bag with maybe some modifications where you can put the weapon on, but if I had the time I would do it. And we have a mini Snowspeeder as well. So overall a very good set, very good value for money. Even if you get it paying full price for it, you have actually got some very good builds here. And not everyone can afford the actual really big Snowspeeders because they're about this big. I had the original Snowspeeder. It was a really good build, but as always, it's one of those things that it comes down to time, space, and money, and not everybody has that. And this is Lego's way of accommodating that. And Lego have done a very good job. Some good figures and some good builds. Hope you enjoyed this build. If you have any comments or feedback, please let me know. I'd like to thank my regular subscribers who make doing this worthwhile. All my Captain Redbeard, Jerry Builds It, and all my other YouTube, all my other YouTube and Instagram subscribers who follow me. Thank you very much. Please, you are very much appreciated. Right. Again, thank you for watching. Stay safe and keep building. And hope very much to see you in my next video. Thank you very much.